Hello, everyone. Oh, there was a bit of delay and kind of lagging from my end. It had started about 10, 12 minutes ago, and I was just staring on the camera, waiting for the notification. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever part of the world you're joining from. My name is Emmanuel Ohanwe, and I'm your very incredible host today in Expaat Talk. And just in case you're coming in touch with Expaat for the very first time, Expaat um, is an organization that is redefining how African talents are being engaged. So we have the business space, the software space, the data space. So for businesses who want to maybe improve in their revenue stream, businesses who want to gain competitive advantages, businesses who want to, you know, make more with their customer acquisition efforts, they come and knock at the door of experts. So if you're an academia who seem to have issues with, bringing up, building innovation around research work, building a very proper academic work, come and knock at the door of Expaat.co. Maybe you are a company that uses software, or you're a software developer, and you don't seem to, have a hack around the commercial viability of your software. Maybe you just have that software, you have that, tech product, and it's like a monument in your maybe PC, monument in your house. You've not made a dime from it. So what we tell you is this: build the software and leave the marketing for us, leave the earning pathway for us, leave the revenue stream, the revenue generation for us, right? So if you're stressing, come and knock at the door of Expaat.co. I am your host for today and the salesperson in Expaat.co, and I am excited today to bring you another episode of Expaat Talk. But interestingly, today we have a very new and unique version of Expaat Talk, which is called the Tedx, Expaat Tedx. So the idea about the Expaat Tedx is to spotlight some of the African amazing innovations, building, this so they can share their journey, share their experiences, and possibly get you to, have a feel of the product that they are building, the solution they are building, right? And inspire you to also build that solution that is in your heart. Every one of us you've encountered one pain point or the other, and most of the products you see today, the solutions you see today, the businesses, companies you see today, they are product of pain points. They are product of gaps identified by resilient individuals who would not sleep until they bring change to their society. And so today we have a very wonderful and unique young man who is a software engineer and developer, someone who had built what he calls friend zone. Is the next big social, and I mean, you should, after now, you should create an account and have an account with friend zone. Friend zone is the next big Facebook, but for Africans. And Iho Terry is here with us to share his experience and to also get you on board on the platform, and as well give you, inspire you, motivate you to take that solution, that product you want to build very seriously. Now, before he comes up, we're going to be going in a very short break, and after that break, we would have Terry Iho on board. See you.
the 1890s and even in the very early 1900s, when Ford went off determined to manufacture automobiles, it was a very risky thing. No one really quite knew if this could be done. Well, there was a certain need for transportation innovation. Ford, like a lot of mechanics, engineering types, became very fascinated with the internal combustion engine. Tries to build this thing in his garage behind his house. It was very, very crude. It had one cylinder. It generated 2 or 3 horsepower. This was the first prototype of the horseless carriage that Henry Ford built. His early companies, the ones that failed, his investors wanted to build a car for rich people. Ford, from the beginning, wanted to build a sturdy, inexpensive car for the mass of Americans.
I have set out to build the best motor car for popular use. The first car affordable for the common man.
Henry Ford was about the democratization of transportation. You no longer had to be a Commodore to be able to go from one place to another.
Ford stood in marked contrast, I think, to a lot of the big business manufacturing figures of the period. He believed that working people should be treated in a humane way. They should be paid a decent wage. They should have a healthy environment in which to work.
It was Ford who instituted the $5 a day, who doubled the wage of his workers, that his workers were going to become his customers.
The Model T takes the American market by storm from the very beginning, and it's a tremendous success.
What Ford did was create a vehicle we could all afford.
Henry Ford created what became the dominant, the most important industry in the American economy.
Henry Ford was the most important business and entrepreneurial figure in the modern world, period.
One of Zimbabwe. One of Zimbabwe's most celebrated technopreneurs, Maxwell Chikumbutso, has once again come up with a masterstroke innovation, and this time it is an embedded wireless power generator that uses radio frequency to power a television set. Chikumbutso demonstrated his latest innovation to a ZBC News crew at his base in Harare, whereby a TV does not need electricity connection for it to function.
This is our self-powered TV that we have designed, the first in the world to have such kind of a technology where a television is powered with a radio frequency. So as you can see right now, I'm powering this television. So this is the first television in the world that uses self-power to say. It is all in one. You don't need to put it on electricity or on solar panel or anything. As it is a complete solution. Behind the television, you can see that there is a microsonic energy device, this box. This is the device that is converting radio frequencies into pure energy. As you can see, the power of the cable was supposed to be here. On all traditional televisions, power comes here, but there's no power, as you can see. The television is working as it is. So in layman, I think this television is we can call it a self-powered television.
It is indeed an exciting innovation that comes in handy for households without electricity, and even so, a relief to many in the event of power outages. Chikumbutso continues to fly the Zimbabwean flag high in the world of innovation, and this latest offering will put the country's map at the forefront of technological transformation. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
Interesting. It's the video, both videos basically give us an insight into how inventions work and how inventors come up with some of the innovations, some of the inventions they've built. And yeah, so today we would be having a young African who has built the next great social by name Ihoteri. Ihoteri will just basically be speaking to us casually because and just in case you have a question, you can drop it. Yes, we know it's like a TEDx fashion kind of conversation, but then we are ours is modified because you can ask questions. Yes, you can ask questions. Ihoteri is I think he has a background in petroleum engineering, but has built um a great social platform, and he is very denials. He doesn't want to give in. Like he is a kind of person that believes that it can be done. And just in case you are meeting friend zone for the very first time, you should begin to find a way to get an account in friend zone. Very important, very important. Ihoteri, you're welcome to the call. Welcome to the call, Ihoteri.
Thank
I
you.
think we are
Thank you.
interesting. Iho, I is Delta today. Iho is joining us from Delta State. I don't know why I'm calling Iho. Terry, I is Delta State today.
The other state is pretty awesome. It's fine. The weather is nice.
Interesting. Oh, the weather, is it hot over there?
Not really. It's just a very okay weather. I have to use that word okay in quotes.
Oh. Okay, not really hot because for some places like Abuja, it's getting very hot, and I mean, we are beginning to wonder why is it this hot. But yesterday it kind of rained and kind of cooled the atmosphere, but we can still feel that heat. Iho, you're welcome. We have an audience of young people. Some of them are business professionals, some of them are students, some of them are NGO founders, some of them are just people who are enthusiastic about technology and all of that. And yeah, they are very interested to be part of friend zone because I myself I believe in friend zone, and everyone that comes across friend zone would definitely believe in where friend zone is going to as the next big social, right? With the heavy taxation that is going on now, the high cost of ads on Facebook, the unsolicited bans. You just wake up one day and you are banned and all of that. People are beginning to migrate. Some of them are beginning to pitch them, to be professional. Some people are pitching tender and all of that, and here we have a homegrown solution. And that is the interesting thing, right? A homegrown solution. And people are interested to the homegrown solution. Just in case you are joining us for if you are joining us for the first time, please kindly drop in the comment section where are you joining us. Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Please drop in the comment section and share this link to your friends. It's important. See, the idea of conversations of this kind is that it motivates you to build whatever solution you have in mind, right? Because when you begin to see people who have already done what you want to do, you are motivated. And for somebody like Terry had been able to galvanize resources, galvanize humans to believe in this project that he's building, and he has a team that is supporting him to build this next thing. And you are very privileged to be part of this section. So just in case you begin to hear friend zone, some of pride to be one of the first movers and first partakers of as as a product. So Terry, you're welcome. Can you just maybe just
Thank
tell them about yourself and then your the friend zone, and then if there is any other thing you'd like to share. I'm also aware that you intend to show them like a practical navigate through the platform and all of that. Yes.
Uh, yes. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Ego Terry. Yes, I'm a graduate of petroleum engineering from the Federal University of Petroleum Resources. Now, when most people hear I'm a graduate of petroleum engineering, they are surprised that I'm into tech, but it has been my passion for a long time. So, yes, briefly, I will be telling you the story of Friendzone, just very brief. So, Friendzone came as an idea in 2015, 2015. So, there was a day we were in class. I can vividly remember we were doing GET 212. It was a programming course. So I had my roommate then, my ex roommate and a friend, Marvelous Ienasho. And I was like, Marvelous, what's up now? This one that we've started learning programming, let's build something for Fukui. That was the idea initially. Let's build something for Fuku that would be nice and people would use. So I will tell you what Marvelous told me, and I quote. He said, even if it gives me an entire year, I would not be able to code a blank page. That was what he said. That was what he said. And me being me, of course, I was there's no need now. Let me just go home and chill. So I went home. I was sleeping that night. And in the middle of the night, let me not be too religious, but in the middle of the night, I was woken up by something. And the first thing that came to my head was use this search to learn so and so stuff. And immediately I searched on it, and it was exactly what I was looking for. I started learning, I started practicing, I started moving on. And the next morning, when I woke up, there was this friend of mine, my roommate then, his name was Andrew. So I was like, okay, I want to build a social media. What do I name this social media? And that was when Andrew came up with the name Friendzone. It was like the perfect name for the social media would have to be Friendzone. So I met up with some friends and I acquired a domain and hosting, and I started up Friendzone at the beginning of 2016. Now, I did Friendzone for about a year. Then all of a sudden, as usual, I logged off for a while, and I resumed Friendzone back 2019/2020. This time, I wanted an entire new design. So yes, I started working on Friendzone. So I'll be sharing with us our screen. I will show you what Friendzone looks like now and what Friendzone is transitioning into. Because currently now we're transitioning into being a Web3 social media. Now, what Friendzone is transitioning into is we have our native token, and you could earn while using Friendzone. You could earn our native token, which also you could convert to whatever currency depending on your location and withdraw to your bank account whenever you want to. So I will share with us first what Friendzone looks like currently. So just give me a minute. Okay. Now, uh, can everybody see my screen? Okay. This is how Friendzone currently looks like with the activity page where you can add an activity, post whatever you want to post, and do whatever you want to. This is how Friendzone currently looks like. So from your activity page to forum where you can get the latest news to your profile page to so many other activities. You could actually do this on Friend Zone currently. Well, like I was saying, we by April we will be officially launching. Currently, Friend Zone has over 8,000 users. By April, we officially will be launching. By the end of April, we'll be launching, and we'll be opening up this new design with our Web3 functionalities to the entire world. So briefly, I will be sharing what the new design looks like briefly because it's still a work in progress. So it will be brief, and we'll be seeing what this new design actually looks like. So okay, I'm assuming we can see the new design. I've shared down the new design. So currently, this is our friend zone. Currently looks like where you could access your friends easily, send messages, post what you're feeling, tag friends. Much more advanced than its current look. More simple to use and more, and it gives a touch on how you can add friends easily. Friend zone is such transitioning into the web 3, and we'll be having a decentralized autonomous organization where any further updates after its first release will be determined by the organization. Now, what this means is the users get a say. The users get a say on what happens on friend zone. The users determine what happens and what goes on friend zone immediately the first batch of release is done. So on friend zone, you could use a social media, not just anything. It's a social media that encompasses all social media. You could watch any video you want. You could have your entire music playlist, check your weather condition, be a part of a forum, add friends, take on so many activities. There's even a marketplace where you can sell your product for free. You can do all this and still earn extra cash for using friendzone. Yes, and I'm seeing the questions coming in. Users have 100% control over their data. Messages and are end-to-end encrypted, so they even we at friendzone we don't get access to your messages. Everything in friendzone is secure,
Wow.
and there is no external interference in your account or anything concerning your account. And yes, I'll be sharing the link in the chat so that we could see. I will be sharing two links briefly in the chat so that we could see the current design and what we are transitioning into. So I'll be dropping the link on the chat
This is
for us. Please, if we have any question, you can drop a question for me and I'll be replying to questions.
please drop your questions. Are there things you feel is lacking in the current social media platforms you are using? Are there some features you feel that are lagging, that are not there, or should not even be there? Is there a way you want to really interact? Is there a certain way you want to interact online on social platform? Do well to drop in the comment section. We are looking at your comments. See, the idea is this: like he said, in the launch by April, Friend Zone will be launched, right? And it's coming big. By April, it's coming, and it's coming big. It's going to get in your faces anywhere you go. It's going to follow you, right? Because it's a homegrown solution, so you don't get to. Racism is far from it. All of these obstructions, they are very far from it. Yeah, they are very far from it. So please drop your questions, drop your comments, and our guest is very eager to respond to any of that. Friend zone is the next big social, and it has come to stay. Yes, there you can. I don't know if you have any other thing you're sharing with them.
Okay, for now, see, the thing is, this new design has a whole lot to offer, a whole lot. I can't share most of the things right now because of it's not yet done, and will be launching by April. So they should anticipate for the launch because it's going to be more than what they expect.
Guys, anticipate for the launch of Friend Zone. Anticipates for the launch of Friend Zone. It then means that you don't want to get this package alone. You want to share it with friends. Currently, like I guess speaker said, Friend Zone has about over 8,000. It hasn't launched yet, too, right? And there's one thing about first movers, first partakers, first testers of products. There is a certain kind of privilege that you enjoy that others don't get to enjoy. I mean, you could, for those of us who are into the cryptocurrency and all of that, when a coin is launched and everything, the first movers, so 8,000, I mean, it means you are sleeping. If you are not yet on Friend Zone, it means you are sleeping. But the very idea is that we as young people, we are motivated and inspired to address problems. We are motivated and inspired to address problems because we see challenges and problems all around us, and instead of complaining, you take up the task to build a solution, build a product that addresses that problem. He was in school, met a friend and say, oh, let's build a social platform for first the school, and now it's now an African project, right? Same thing with Facebook started in the dormitory, so it's all about identifying problems, creating viable solutions, and then launching them profitably into the market. I'm waiting for your questions. Okay, there's a question here. Does it come with instant messaging, and can people integrate their phone numbers on the platform like a mix of Facebook and WhatsApp?
Yeah, Friendzone comes with instant messaging, and yes, we will be also building a standalone app. We'll be building a standalone app. Can you hear me?
Yes, clearly we can hear you. There was a bit of glitch initially.
We'll also be building a standalone app for instant messaging, where you add users with just their phone number on Friendzone, and you could message them instantly, and everything works just like a mix of Facebook and WhatsApp, just like you said.
Interesting. Still waiting for more questions. So I think that question have been responded to. It has been responded to. Because in the next 5-10 minutes, we're going to be done. In the next 5-10 minutes, we're going to be done. So please drop your questions. So just in case you are joining us for the first time, this is brought to you by Expaat.co, an organization redefining how talents are being engaged. And there are openings. That comes now every now and then, for young people to get engaged. There's an internship also coming up. So the internship it creates a pathway for you to be like permanently employed, become a permanent staff. So there's like an internship, and from that internship you get employed. But you have to be excellent during the internship period. I mean, I'm talking about expaat.co now. www.expaat.co. I wish I can see the website here so I can project it, but just to mention www.expaat.co. Okay, yeah, so here is it, www.expaat.co. You can visit to know more about expaat.co, and then also be involved in, and just in case you've not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, because when the internship is beginning by April, when it begins, so you will get early information before the door is closed. Yes, before the door is closed. And also, the CEO recently mentioned that there are some roles that are available, as you can see on your screen. So they've been trying to see how they can match up the demand they are getting. So there are much demand on the solutions they are building, but then um, the the talents to address, to take up on these demands are few. The talents are few, right? So, but today we are having conversation around, the amazing solution that a young, vibrant innovator had developed, which is called Friend Zone, and fondly called the Facebook for Africa, right? And that's just basically to help you understand, like give you a very quick overview of what Friendzone is all about. But Friendzone is much more bigger than Facebook, if you can see the bigger picture, right? And it's beyond just that. It's also a homegrown solution that gives you you have ownership of your data, you have ownership of you control the activity that happens around you, right? You earn on the platform. There is a marketplace. You connect with African descent. There's a lot about the platform, the interface, and everything. And while we are getting questions from you, is so it can be the solution, because as they are better testing, and so just in case, you can also be part of those who we test, test the solution before it launches by April. You can drop in the comment section, so when it's time, they can reach out to you. Iho Terry is the founder and the lead, I think the lead developer in Friendzone. All right. So at this point, we're waiting for your questions. We're waiting for your questions. We're about 5 minutes closer to the end of today's session, and this is like a new version of Expaat Talk. Expaat Talk holds every Sunday, and the idea is to give actionable strategies to business owners, to the academia, right, to software developers. Give actionable strategies that can help them, stay ahead of their competitors, stay ahead of trends, and do well and do good in their ventures. Now, for academia, young people, young Africans who are studying, maybe pursuing their master's program abroad, helping them think about their research as not just an academic paper, but as a solution that can actually be incubated in a laboratory and eventually become a product that is sellable to the market, right? The businesses, when you knock at the door of expaat.co as a business professional, as a business owner, then you are up for a spike, like a spike in your revenue, a spike in your customer acquisition efforts, right? And yeah, so every Sunday we come to give out strategies, strategies to business professionals, to the academia, to software developers. But just last week we decided to say, you know what, let's have the TEDx version of expaat.co. The TEDx version of expaat.co, the idea is to spotlight young Africans who are unsung, in quotes, spotlight them and the solution, the product they are building. And as well, the underlining, aim is to motivate, inspire, and encourage other people who are still in the pipeline trying to, build something reasonable, build something great, to hold on to that process, keep iterating their solution, keep iterating their products, and just one day, right, it would become a product and a solution that the world will reckon with, right? So thank you so much for joining us. If you have a question, please drop. We just have barely 3 minutes to go backstage and call it a day. So while we're waiting for you, we might just be enjoying a few background songs. We're waiting. As we're waiting for you, we're looking at and please share the link. Share the link with your friends, with your families, with as many people as possible. With as many people as possible. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. And please create accounts. I've shared in the comment section the link to Friend Zone. Create an account. I guess there's a way you can be notified when it's finally live. There's a way you can be notified if it's finally live. All right. It's time. It's time. It's time. You can also follow Friend Zone on all social media handle. You can also follow Friend Zone on all social media handle. This is their handle. Follow Friend Zone on all social media handle. All right. This is brought to you by Expaat Talk, and we are spotlighting young Africans who are building great solutions, great products for the African market. And today we have Terry, who has built the next big social media platform, which we fondly call the Facebook for Africa. Currently has about 8,000 users. Friend Zone gives you the opportunity to, have control over your data. It gives you the opportunity to have control over the activities around you. More importantly, it gives you an opportunity to earn. So you are not coming online to just while away your time. You are not on the social media to just while away your time, but you are earning while also having fun and connecting and engaging with your friends. Friend Zone also will be launching officially by April, and you don't want to miss out on that launch. Kindly do well to share this link with everyone you know who would find this interesting. Thank you so much. Just in case you are joining us for the first time, my name is Emmanuel Ohanwe. I am your host for today and also a sales expert. And our guest today is Iho Terry, who is building the next big social for Africans. Iho Terry is joining us from Delta State, and he has just presented, he has shown to us, right, the interface of Friend Zone, and he's calling on you to register, join the platform, share the link with your friends, and also, contribute to the development. If there's something you feel you want to see in Friend Zone, if there's something that you don't like in other media platforms that you wouldn't want to see in Friend Zone, please drop in the comment section. whether you are live with us or you are watching the recorded version, the replay, please drop your comment section, your comments in the comment section. We're going to find them. Thank you so much. Terry, it's been a very great and amazing time with you. I mean, breezing through the solution you've built, it gives me that courage that we still have Africans who are thinking. We still have young Africans who are very determined to ensure that we rise in the radar as a continent. Thank you so much for joining. Before
thank you for having me.
So much, Mr. Terry. And so right about now, Mr. Terry is going to be going backstage, and then we're going to call it a day. Firstly, his slides will be going off, and then so I'm just about doing the conclusion now. If you are joining us for the alarm, create an alarm to remind you of our meeting times. Sunday by 3 p.m., Sunday by 1:45 p.m. we come live and we dissect issues. We give you strategies to grow as a business owner, as an academia, as a software company or software developer. But today we decided to say, you know what, let's launch the Tedx of Expaat Talk, and we are spotlighting Iho Terry, who has built a very amazing platform for young Africans that will displace Facebook, right? And if you're just joining us, please watch the replay to see the interface, and please drop your comments on what you feel should be improved, what you feel should be part of it, what you feel should not be part of it, and that will be taken into account. Thank you so much. We're just going to be going on a short break, and after that you may not find me on your screen anymore. It's been a great delight hosting this session, and I do hope you enjoyed this session as much as I did organizing and hosting it. Thank you.